My name's Lydia Fielder. I'm going to be attending the University of Arkansas with a double major in broadcast journalism and international relations with hopes of one day becoming an international correspondent.
Hi, I'm Tyler Wilson. I'll be attending the University of Oklahoma this next fall as a finance major.
Hi, my name is Jenna McCollum. I'm attending San Diego State University. I'll be majoring in mathematics and with goals to hope to become a math teacher one day.
My name is Brenner Warendorf. I am going to be attending the University of Tulsa. I plan to major in economics and minor in Spanish. And then later on, I plan to go into law school, get my JD in financial law, and move on into the insurance business.
I'm Tyler Prince, and this fall I will be attending Brigham Young University in Provo, Utah.
While I was at BHS, I took a lot of challenging courses, a lot of AP and IB.
My favorite class senior year was AP US Government and Politics because I really thought that there was a lot of practical information and I could understand it a lot better than math or science.
The class that I probably learned the most from was my French class. It's not just about memorizing vocab, words, or key phrases, but it's learning about how to relate to people from different cultures and different countries, how to appreciate them, and the things that they bring to our community.
I think it's very important to be involved your senior year outside of the classroom as well as inside. I worked outside of school. I worked at a boutique downtown and I also taught cotillion. In school, I was involved in Student Council, National Honor Society, and BHS TV.
For me, I did a lot of things outside of the academic world as well. I did FCA leadership team, I did Student Council, I did choir, I did orchestra. But the really two that hit home for me were dance team, just being a sense of community and really just being involved with BHS sports. And then peer helpers, being able to help those people around me and with the problems they may have and learning that communication skills. And also just being able to help new students and knowing so much about BHS.
I was in National Honor Society and I served as president my senior year. Outside of school, I volunteered at the public library and was also president my senior year of a club there called the Teen Advisory Board that helped to develop programming and get kids our age more interested in coming to the library. And of course, I was a member of the back-to-back state championship football team. Go Tigers.
At the high school, I was involved in the choir program all 4 years. I was also a member of the National Honor Society and served as the treasurer. I was involved in the French Club and the French Honor Society where I was the vice president. The thing I loved the most was just getting to interact with people. Outside of the classroom, I wanted to earn money so that I could pay my way to college, and I wanted to have a schedule that was flexible and that I could still have a lot of free time. So I taught piano lessons and tutored kids in math.
If there was one thing I could do differently my senior year, it would definitely be to push my work ethic a bit harder come basically senior year overall, but definitely second semester. Senioritis for me really kicked in, and I was already accepted. I had my scholarship, so I was thinking, why bother? But it's really important to finish out just so you don't drop GPA. You make sure to keep it up for AP tests to get those college credits. And yeah, keep doing your work come that second semester. It really matters.
Senioritis was definitely not a thing for me. I kind of think that's all mental, but it does hit some people pretty hard, and so just really try to persevere through your academics. I know a lot of people say, well, I already got into college, I don't need to worry about grades, but a lot of the schools that I applied to request that you have a final transcript be sent to them at their school before you can come.
And senior year, everybody talks about senioritis, and it's real, trust me. But I managed to push through it regardless because I knew that there was a greater reward ahead of me, and that was getting into college and getting scholarships to go to college.
My goal was to graduate college with $0 in debt. My scholarships helped me achieve that goal, receiving the fellowship to the University of Arkansas and the Governor's Distinguished Scholarship covered 100% of my college costs.
I applied for scholarships and earned 35% of my total cost to go to school. Between the savings that I have earned, and then also because Brigham Young is subsidized by the LDS Church, at the end of the day, even though I didn't get the 100% full tuition college scholarship, I'm still left with a really reasonable number, and I won't be left with a ton of debt.
The bulk of my scholarships actually came from the University of Tulsa itself, somewhere around $37,000 per year. And I also got quite a bit of money from the community scholarship program here in Bentonville, and that was huge too, just because college is expensive and I was never going to be able to cover the full cost on my own. So community scholarships end up coming up big, no matter how much money you really do end up getting.
I grew up in a military home. My dad's in the Navy. He did about over 10 years active duty. If you have military in your family, I definitely would look through that avenue.
I ultimately decided to attend the University of Arkansas, but I applied and was admitted to 8 other colleges. I chose U of A solely based on scholarship. I wanted to go to the school that offered me the most money to graduate with 0 debt, and that ended up being the University of Arkansas.
During the application process, I applied to 6 schools and was accepted at 5 of them. Ultimately, I decided on the University of Oklahoma due to the scholarship. That was actually the reason I began looking there. But what really set me on it was when I visited campus for the first time, and I just fell in love with it. I knew from the moment I stepped on the campus there that it was somewhere I could spend the next 4 years of my life.
I decided to go with Tulsa just because I visited the campus and I loved it. It was the perfect location. It was close to home, but not far away. The campus is small, so you get to work with your professors one-on-one a lot of the time, and you can get around really easily, and it's just probably the perfect environment for me personally.
I applied to 5 different schools, and while applying to San Diego State, I found that the California schools have a way different system. You have to apply through the actual entire California state. So that's like UCSD, San Diego State, even like UCLA, anything that is involved with the state. So make sure wherever you're applying to, you really figure out their system and apply early.
I think the key to my high school success was keeping a really good perspective. Those mornings when you wake up and you really feel like you can't pull yourself out of bed aren't going to last forever, that it's all going to come to an end, that it's not eternal. So keeping that good perspective helped me work hard to stay dedicated even when it felt hard and like it was too much. And then in the end was really rewarding.
I measure success based on how hard I worked and if I put my best foot forward in all that I did, no matter what the outcome. And so I attribute my high school success to a hard work ethic and just putting in study hours, getting my homework done, taking my tests as well as I could have, and that ended up paying off for me in the end.
Advice I'd give some students going to their senior year is really explore like what you want to do, and don't be afraid to go out of your comfort zone, apply somewhere else that isn't close to home, getting away from your friends, doing a weird major that no one's ever heard of. Really just dive in and figure out what you want to do.
If I could give anyone any advice, I would say to get pretty chummy with your teachers, because a good letter of recommendation is pretty helpful, especially at this time of year. And hit the books, read. I'm not a big reader, but if you read a lot, it'll condition you to reading those grimy, old, nasty textbooks that you have to take home with you at the beginning of the year.
If there was one piece of advice I could give to the upcoming seniors and other students at BHS, it would be to reach out to your resources. You have Miss Haney, the post-grad counselor, who can really help you with your application process and looking at colleges, in addition to the other counselors and just teachers who will help you with your work. If you're struggling in a class, go to them. They'll take their time out of the day to help you, to give you study tips or extra materials.
The advice I would give to students at BHS, whether it be about social life, academic life, or outside of the classroom, is kind of cliche, but whatever you're doing, be all there. Don't post things for Instagram posts. Don't be sitting in the classroom the whole time thinking about when it's going to be over, because it will be over. Friday night will come, Saturday night will come, and the test will pass. So wherever you are, whatever you're doing, be there, be invested, and enjoy it while it lasts.
The thing I'm going to miss most about Bentonville High School is just the level of community and sense of friendships I have here with all the staff, the teachers, and my fellow students. We're all moving across the country, so that's kind of sad. And I know in college I probably won't get as much one-on-one time with the teachers as I've had here in my 4 years. So I'm definitely going to miss the community at Bentonville.
I think I'll miss helping new students, helping people around the school, and really just like knowing all the weird facts about BHS and classes and schedules. And I really hope you seniors can figure out your school too and know your school so you can help others too. I'm about to go into a whole other world where I'm about to be that person that needs that help.
I think that what I'm going to miss the most about BHS is definitely how good to me it was over the years. All my friends were here. I had great teachers, and Bentonville and the high school was really like home to me. And even though I'm not going to be that far away in Tulsa, this is still home, and I think that's going to be the hardest thing to walk away from. The path that you choose to take now is going to decide for you what these next 5 to 10 years of your life is going to be like. So all in all, just be good, stay in school, don't do drugs, and go Tigers.